The Eagles won the Super Bowl. Say it again. The Eagles won the Super Bowl. Generations of Philadelphians have lived and died and never been able to say they saw it. No one ever saw it. Families have been defined by how they waited and watched the pursuit. We have now seen it, and wow, what a sight. No, it is not a dream. Yes, it is real. It has happened. It may even happen again. Now, we celebrate. We celebrate the biggest day in the city's history. In a culturally rich city with historic precedents, we have seen other parades, papal visits, and various freedom celebrations dating back to the Declaration of Independence. But never have we seen this. And now Philadelphia and its Eagles can yell from the NFL's mountaintop those previously unspoken three most beautiful words: Super Bowl champion. At 4 o'clock in the morning, they were already here for hours, wanting to be the first ones to see their heroes. Philly versus everybody, and now it is just us. As dawn broke, the crowd began to build, and by 7:25 this morning, you see the throngs. Brian Dawkins is here! Woo! You see the throngs had already congregated to a crush against the stanchions, all in joy and celebration about something we have never seen before, celebrating our Super Bowl champion Eagles. I'm Michael Barkan with Barrett Brooks and Ray Dittinger. We welcome you to our special presentation coverage of the Eagles Super Bowl parade. My goodness, when I look out here, Barrett and Ray, you talk about your eyes deceiving you. I've been coming to this area for more than half my life, coming to these art museums. I've seen the chop walk here, thousands of people. Look out there. Look at these people. It just defies description. The millions that will be here. Barrett, your thoughts? You've been through one of these.
Absolutely, but not on the magnitude of what I see even this early in the morning. I look around, it's probably the same amount of people for the entire parade when I was in Pittsburgh in Super Bowl 40. It's simply phenomenal how many people are out here. And I tell you what, there are all creeds, all races, everything. When we talk about brotherly love, this team has brought this city together like no other entity in the world.
Ray,
unbelievable.
Ray, you grew up here, St. James High School, Temple University. On a nice day, you could walk home. My goodness.
That's true.
And when you think about why we are here, something that you've never seen before, and you've seen it all, my friend.
It's true, Mike. And I can honestly say, today I think I finally believe it.
Wow.
I've been walking through this whole week, almost half in a daze, just asking myself, did what happened really happen? I mean, and I think I'm not alone in thinking that, because you wait for so long for a moment, and then when it happens, you're not quite sure if it's real or if it's some sort of an illusion. But today, here, looking out at all these people, yeah, I mean, I definitely believe it, and I think it's going to be. This is the day all these people have been waiting for. And riding up Broad Street here, seeing all the Eagles signs on the Kimmel Center and on the University of the Arts, all these people lining the streets just celebrating. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
It really is, and a beautiful day. Temperatures 30 degrees. There is a slight breeze. It is chilly, but a spectacular day. And it begins at 11 o'clock. So we are in pregame. This is pregame live for the Eagles Super Bowl championship parade. Here is the map. Here is how we're drawing this up like Doug Peterson would, as the Eagles will leave Lincoln Financial Field and then go to Patterson Avenue, right by Citizens Bank Park, make a left, hit Broad Street, take a right, and the crowds are already building there. We took buses up to the Art Museum, Broad Street, Wharton, Washington. They are ready and waiting for their guys. And then around City Hall to the start of the Parkway, 16th Street, and then to the Parkway, around Logan Circle, and then up the Parkway to huge ovation, not to be believed, and we stop at Aikens Oval, where the stage is set up. And we will say now, and we will say again, that the city and the Eagles, as we look down Broad Street, have done an amazing job in setting this day up for you. Much more on that to come. There's a look at the Wells Fargo Center, Xfinity Live, and somewhere down there is our Amy Vidul. Amy, when's it all going to start?
Michael, these fans, they started hours and hours and hours ago, but officially we're only about 25 minutes away. I know when I crossed over here about 2 hours ago, there was maybe 1,000 fans. There's easily 5,000 to 6,000 fans starting right outside the link, going to Broad Street, just hoping to catch a glimpse and cheer on their Eagles. I know they've been doing Eagles chants all morning long. There they go. They know we're on TV now. So the players loaded up in their buses. There's going to be about 2 buses. I can't hear myself think. Hopefully you can hear me. You can see the players. They are excited. They're rolling into their buses.
Yeah, there's Brandon Graham.
The players have no idea what is awaiting them.
Yeah, and there's Howie Roseman, Carson
He's hoping
Wentz.
to experience this, Howie Roseman. Right, everybody's loading in. There's going to be about 2 dozen buses. Yeah, no, let's not get that close. Thank you. And we're going to go ahead and get down. There we go. It's like my own personal serenade. I love it. It's so much fun down here. The fans are having the best time, and I just don't know I don't know what the Eagles are going to think, but they have no idea what's waiting for them as soon as they come out of that Link parking lot and turn and take that left onto Patterson. Michael, I'll send it back to you. I'll see you guys in a bit.
All right, Amy, we thank you. Amy Vidul, just outside Xfinity Live between the Link and Citizens Bank Park, and we showed you the map. The parade will end here. It's going to take about 2 hours, and I think that might be on the conservative side. It might take a little bit more than 2 hours to actually get here, beginning at 11 a.m. The festivities at the Art Museum scheduled for 1 p.m., but you never know. I mean, this team is the connection that it has with the city, with the fans. We've talked a lot about how the team gets it, understands the city and the fans. Don't be surprised if, they're getting off the bus or they're taking photos or whatever. And so they'll take their good old sweet time.
Absolutely.
To get right here. Derek Gunn is at the Art Museum. We'll be trying to grab interviews with the dignitaries. Gunnar, what are you looking for from today?
Well, Michael, it's been like a cleansing, and I've had a chance to talk to so many different people who have come from far and wide. I talked to a person who came here from Vegas, West Virginia, a guy who flew here Monday from Florida just to be here. I'm standing to the right of the seating area where all the dignitaries will be sitting, obviously family members, players as well, former players, and they have Jumbotron sprinkled around throughout, and people are watching the game like they're seeing the game for the first time, and every time the Eagles make a big play, you hear a cheer go up. So it's going to be interesting. Brian Dawkins is going to be up here. We're going to try to get him on as well. But it's such a festive mood, Michael. And I'll tell you, and I said this on a post-game show after the Eagles clinched the Super Bowl win, I've had a number of people tell me, D-Gun, I've waited for this a long time. I don't care if we win 5, 10 championships. I just wanted to see one in my lifetime, and it's finally happened, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely, Gunnar. And as you would agree, and I'm sure Ray would as well, they can win 5 to 10 championships, which is certainly, that might be a little on the high side. But even if that happens, Ray, the first time, the first one, there's nothing so special as that. And that is this. That's what we're celebrating today.
I think that's true, Mike. And I really do believe this team is positioned in such a way that they're going to be there for a while, Mike. I mean, this is not a one and done with this team, the way they're built right now. They're going to be a contender. They're going to be in the mix for a while. So there may be more of these, but you'll only do it the first time once, and that's what everybody's experiencing here now. I've had so many people this week tell me, and truthfully say, I never thought I would live to see this day. And that's how much this team means to this city. I've often said, and I've been accused of being a homer, perhaps somewhat accurately, but I've said for the longest time I just don't know if there's another football city in America that identifies with its team and its team identify with the people as much as the Eagles in Philadelphia. Now, Barrett's been around. Barrett's been in a couple places. And listen, Pittsburgh is very close. Pittsburgh, the identification that the people in Pittsburgh have with the Steelers is very close. But I think Philadelphia has something special. And it's never been more special than it is this morning. I'm still sitting here, and there's still a part of me that says, am I dreaming this?
Yeah.
But looking out on it, no, it's real, and it's absolutely wonderful.
And you're going to see it with your own eyes. We all will see it with our own eyes under the watchful gaze of William Penn, a top City Hall players about to get on the buses. Hi, Nelson Aguilar. We're waiting for you as we continue our parade coverage.
Many people put off surgery because they're worried about a long recovery.
Our minimally invasive techniques allow you to heal fast with less pain.
With advanced technology at Virtua, there's no reason to wait. Virtua is here for you. Whether it's for gallbladder, hernia or hysterectomy, or even complex brain or spine surgery. It's world-class care right here in South Jersey.
Virtua for surgery, Virtua for advanced technology, Virtua for life.
It's in the heartbeat, it's in the real thing. You can't make it up. It's in your soul deep. It's in the stars, the stripes, this dirt on my feet. The way I love my woman and I wish you love for me. It's in the heartbeat.
Geico, more than just car insurance.
FC Kerbeck's Giant Labor Day Barbecue. Our prices are rare and our service is well done. Held over till Saturday, 7 p.m. Cadillac XTS or SRX, just $21,990 or $199 down delivers Cadillacs. Get a flat screen TV or gas barbecue grill. Barbecue. Held over till Saturday, 7 p.m. Cadillacs XTS or SRX, $199 down delivers at FC Kerbeck.
Come join us.
It's the final days of Nissan's Bottom Line Model Year-End event. Get big clearance savings on the last of our 2018s. The bottom line, Nissan has received more initial quality awards than any other brand. The smartest time to buy an award-winning Nissan is now.
Lease the Rogue family for $169 per month, or lease the 2018 Nissan Pathfinder, just $200 per month.
But hurry, the bottom line and our 2018s are almost gone.
You already have what it takes. Now you're taking it further. You're here to discover what sets you apart. Because here, exceptional is the norm. What will you reveal? To learn more, visit immaculata.edu.
As they start their way up Broad Street in really what is a first in Philadelphia sports championship celebrations. Amy Fadul, you're watching all this. What's it like for you?
It is insane. They have started, they're launching confetti. The big buses have already left the link. They are cruising down Pattison right now. It looks like the very first truck is a fire truck with swoop. So the Eagles cheerleaders and those giant flags. And then after that, you can see the big buses as they're slowly making their way down Pattison. And people here, it was, Michael, as loud as it was when you were talking to me, it got so quiet because they just saw the Eagles for the first time. And so this huge crowd of 5,000+ people kind of had this pall go over them. They were just in awe. They were so excited to see their team, and you can start to see them. So Doug Peterson is on the first bus. So you can see him at the top there. The fans, you see him? Okay, good. The fans down here at my part are just now starting to see the Eagles and swoop. And you can see the players, Doug Peterson waving. Of course, you see the trophy up there as well. And they're just going nuts down here. I mean, it was just weird to have such a quiet. That's how I knew that the parade had actually started. So here they come rolling down. The Eagles chants continuing. I had to say, people have been out here a long time. They're coming from long over. There is more than a couple hundred people that have a few tears in their eyes. It's really cool to see, I gotta be honest.
Amy, you're right, they have been out here a long time, like 57 plus years they've been out in the cold thinking this day would never come. And there it begins amid confetti, amid the greenery. It's not spring yet, that's not till next month, but there, oh, is such greenery. And that's Eagles green, midnight green, Kelly green, every manner of green. Kermit the Frog somewhere is smiling as Doug Peterson atop the first bus, world champions with the Lombardi Trophy in tow. And as we give thanks to this team, so too does it give thanks to us, the fans, and those that have covered their games, because we know how special they are to us, and they know how special we are to them.
This is an unbelievable experience. You know, this is world history for us here in Philadelphia, understanding what we've been through, the fact that we're the only divisional team until this last Sunday that hadn't won a Super Bowl. I mean, this just shows, you know, the amount of respect that this coach has to have now because he's brought this team their first Super Bowl.
Well put, Barrett. This is a coach who they brought on. I don't want to say last minute, but certainly there were other guys that were in the offing that went south. And this man, who played quarterback for them in 1999, who then coached for Andy Reid in Kansas City, was a high school coach, Ray?
Yep, Louisiana. But I mean, I think one of the things, I think there's such great irony in this, Mike, when you consider that the last two coaches, managers, that enjoyed this moment, that rode through the city streets as champions, were guys that when they were hired were almost mocked. I mean, Charlie Manuel and Doug Peterson. I mean, they were guys, who are these guys? They're bumpkins. They can't play in the big city. We're never going to win with them. They said that about Charlie Manuel. They made fun of Charlie Manuel. Hey, oh wait, he took this ride. And now you got Doug Peterson, who was the coach that when he was hired, nobody knew who he was. They said there are so many other better candidates out there. What's Jeffrey Lurie doing? What's he thinking? Nobody else in the league was interested in hiring this guy. His phone never rang. What did the Eagles see in him? Well, you know what? This is what they saw in him. And I really do believe that after what this city and the fans and the team went through with Chip Kelly, a coach like this was exactly what was needed. And he's brought the whole team together. He's healed all the problems that existed within the organization. And right now, everyone in the city of Philadelphia, believe me, if they didn't know who Doug Peterson was a couple years ago, they all know who he is today.
Yeah. There's Chris Long in his fur coat. Chris Long with his Allen Iverson jersey. The rest of the guys, there's the outfit that he is rocking. And
we talked about emotional intelligence. Well, emotional intelligence just won a Super Bowl here in Philadelphia. I mean, we thought that he would come in and kind of be like a stopgap to an even better coach, but he ended up being the coach we needed to bring us a Super Bowl.
Why did we not foresee that?
I think mostly because he doesn't have that, what do you call it, je ne sais quoi, that, you know, or the big name that we were looking to come in and take the reins from Chip Kelly. We wanted a standout star that everybody was talking about, and all we needed was a guy to come in and really show this team how to be a team.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly was more so him being that guy. He's going to win the Super Bowl for us, and Doug came in and really changed things around and said, we can do it together, not me by myself, not the quarterback by himself, but us as a team, us as a unit, being what's going to bring us together to win a Super Bowl.
It's really true, Michael. I talked Ron Jaworski, who I'm sure is here in this crowd somewhere. I don't think I'll ever find him, but I'm sure he's here. Ron Jaworski was part of the interview process when they were looking for their next coach. He went out with Don Smolinski and Jeff Lurie and Howie Roseman to interview the candidates, and he was part of the Doug Peterson interview. And we all knew that, and he talked about it. And about 2 or 3 weeks after the hiring, I saw Ron over at NFL Films, and I said to him, you were part of the Peterson, and Ron said, he is the right guy. He said, trust me, he is and I said, you know, Ron, his credentials, he's never been, Ron said, we got the right guy. That's what he said. And at the time, I mean, you had to accept it on faith, because that's really all you had to go on. Mm-hmm. But he was proven to be right in every way you could possibly be right. I mean, I still can't quite get my arms around the fact that Doug Peterson was not Coach of the Year.
Right.
In a couple of weeks, the Maxwell Football Club will rectify that because they're honoring him as Coach of the Year. But the job that Doug Peterson did this year is one of the great coaching jobs in the history of this city and in the history of the National Football League.
And those media, that really, I don't know any other way to say it, they should be ashamed. That one vote, are you kidding? And then he wins the Super Bowl, and I know it's based on regular season performance, but he was only 13-3. Really,
That's all.
not too good.
Yeah.
Not too good as they continue on. Who is this guy? Is it Aladdin? Is it some genie? No.
Jason
Kelce.
He would be amongst the people. That's the type of guy he is. God is amongst the people.
Yeah. Well, Rob Ellis put out a beautiful piece yesterday. Rob Ellis of NBC Sports Philadelphia put out a beautiful piece, and in it, it detailed the emotion displayed by Ray and David Dittinger. It detailed the emotion displayed by Danny Pommells in thinking about a win for the Eagles. And that man right there,
well, there you
Jason Kelce, who broke down on the podium after the Super Bowl in tears of joy because he had stayed the distance, gone the distance, stayed the course. And his parents had encouraged him, and he said, I can't go any further in this sport than I just did today. And that is a powerful, powerful feeling. And,
huge.
And it really, I think it had a deep effect on anybody who saw it.
Well, you know what, Michael? Looking at this, it makes me think, because I was here in 1960 when the Eagles won this the last time. This team is already ahead of where that team was then, because by now in 1960, the coach and the quarterback had both resigned.
Right.
The Eagles won the championship
Buck
in 1960, and immediately after the game, the head coach, Buck Shaw, announced he was retiring, and the quarterback, Norm Van Brocklin, announced that he was retiring.
Wow.
So I don't really foresee Doug Peterson coming up here today and announcing his retirement. I don't think that's happening, nor do I think Carson Wentz and Nick Foles are going to retire either. But that was what happened in 1960. Both of those guys walked away. Buck Shaw, they won the championship, and on Monday morning he got on an airplane and flew back to San Francisco to resume running his corrugated box company.
Wow.
And Norm Van Brocklin retired as a player and went on to become the first head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. So a little bit of a different situation with the Eagles now.
A little different today. Amy Fadul standing by at Xfinity Live. Amy.
Michael, I don't know if you guys caught it, but Brian Dawkins is on one of these buses, and I think the cheers for him were just as loud as it was when Doug Peterson came by and Howie Roseman had the trophy. They stopped actually right in front of us, and Howie Roseman just lifted up that Lombardi trophy, and the crowd went bananas. My favorite thing so far, though, is seeing the faces of the players when they make the turn and they see the sea of people. And to think this is just the beginning. This is just the first 20 feet of this parade. They've got another 4.5 miles to go. I could not wait to see what they think when they turn on Broad Street, because there are easily 5,000 or 6,000 people here at Pattison alone, and they're going bananas. Every time they just start shelling out LeGarrette and Chris Long, and you can tell the players respond to it. And Brian Dawkins was great to see. Everybody went bananas for him.
Yeah, and I'm sure he will no doubt be singled out by Jeffrey Lurie in his remarks from the podium today. But, Amy, it's funny, when Doug Peterson addressed his team after the game, he said, feel this feeling now? This is what you play for. And I was thinking, no, this today, right now, this feeling, that's what you play for, right?
Exactly. I mean, there's not a single player that is not enjoying this and loving it. You know, they're getting handed beers and cigars and all kinds of stuff, and they're taking part. It was funny. I read something the Phillies put out, and they had advice from guys like Brad Lidge and Pat Burrell and Chase Utley, and they said, take advantage of this because it's the best feeling in the world. Winning is amazing, but there's nothing like celebrating with your city, and you can tell that's exactly what these players are doing. Their families, the coaching staff, the front office, we saw Mike Quick and Merrill out there. They're celebrating with their fans and their city because they know that's who this is for.
As Amy mentioned before, we showed you on the map, they're coming out on 11th Street between the Wells Fargo Center and Lincoln Financial Field. They make a left on Patterson Avenue, and they're greeted by the throngs there. Incidentally, that banner behind them, you see Citizens Bank Way? The Phillies hanging that banner and honoring their
Jalen Mills is in the crowd.
neighbors. Jalen Mills is in the crowd. The Green Goblin.
Yeah, you see him?
Yeah, he said on Jimmy Fallon the other night, I'm stuck with the green hair. He said that's my calling card. I guess I'm stuck with it. And when my hair goes as I age, I'm going to the beard.
Wow,
So,
this is a beautiful moment. Beautiful moment.
It is a beautiful moment, and that's Patterson right there, the intersection of Broad Street and Patterson Avenue. And the buses turn up Broad, and we should continue to hammer the point that never before have we had a championship celebration go up Broad Street and finish at the Philadelphia Museum of Art.
That's only because we couldn't have mailed it.
Yeah, Danny Palmels, go ahead.
Hey, Michael, we're here on the parade route. Things are underway, and my goodness, what an ovation these guys received as they eased out of the parking lot here at Lincoln Financial Field. We got guys going into the crowd. We have confetti everywhere. They're throwing things from the bus, T-shirts and memorabilia and things like that. And it's funny looking at some of the signs. Of course, let's go have some ice cream, referencing Doug Peterson, who loves ice cream. Jenkins cooks Pats, I see. So it's just everything you might expect, and the players just ear to ear, grins and smiles, enjoying it. They got their GoPros out. They got their cameras out. Their families are here. Everybody's having fun in a way that only a Super Bowl can bring, Michael. And I tell you what, as a Philly native and somebody who's born and raised in this city, it's making my heart flutter a little bit.
I bet. I don't blame you, Danny Palmels. It makes my heart flutter just watching the whole thing as they come up Broad Street, end up here. Where's Derek Gunn? What's going on, Gunner?
Well, Michael, as you can see, it's not just a celebration. This is a party, Michael. I mean, these people came to let it all out today. The music is playing now. Everybody's dancing to the beat now. They can't wait for the team to get here. You look all up and down these fences, Michael. These people have to be about 100 deep. I mean, this crowd goes all the way beyond the bridge on the other side of the art museum here. And they're going to be in a festival. I don't think they have enough energy to sustain until the team actually gets here, Michael. But I'm going to send it back to you because I'm about to get lost in the crowd and party with these people and show them that I still have a few dance moves left.
I want to see that. Go on. Go on up there. Let's see what you got.
You want to see it now?
I want to see it.
People, come on.
Bust a move.
Yeah.
Bust a move.
Yeah. Look at these are people, Michael. This is Philadelphia's 5 million plus dance party today.
Oh my! Keep dancing,
Look at all these people, Michael.
Keep dancing. Derek Gunn at the Super Bowl parade, and he's lighting up the fans.
That just goes to show you. That's what NBC Sports Philadelphia is all about, authentic fans. These guys are authentic. Authentic fans here in Philadelphia. We just won a Super Bowl as fans. I'm no longer thinking of myself as an analyst. I am a fan today of the Philadelphia Eagles winning Super Bowl 52.
Ray, you mentioned something about that as well, about the little boy fan still within you. You said it to Amy the other night after we returned from Minneapolis, and I don't know if there was any surprise in your voice when you said it. I always knew it was within you, and I thought you had done a great job in trying to successfully suppress that. But you come on, man. I know you want to win. You can say, I really don't care, Mike. All you want. But I know that deep down, somewhere your heart has got green in it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, when I wrote Tommy and Me, the me in Tommy and Me is still in me. I mean, there's no question about that. You grow up with this team the way I did, with a family that loved the team this much, that we spent our entire summer vacations up at Hershey at their training camp watching practice. Yeah, it runs pretty deep in my family, and it certainly runs deep in me. I really do. I thought a lot about what this would have meant to my parents or grandparents if they'd been here to see it. It was something they talked about a lot. We shared the moment in 1960 when they beat the Packers over at Franklin Field, which isn't all that far from here. That was a day that we all shared together, and this team remained very special to them right to the very end. So, yeah, this is a very special time. I'm a reporter, but today I think I'm a little bit of fan.
I think so. I think so. Ray Dinscher said it, and he meant it. As we continue up Broad Street, that's the first float. Looks like carrying the Eagles cheerleaders, and they have the easiest job in the world today. I mean, I think they can just stand there and draw the cheers. But that is the first float paving the way for the team and team personnel. What I started to mention was this is the first time a championship parade will end on the Parkway and at the Philadelphia Museum of Art. And Danny mentioned earlier in the program that this is where the NFL held the draft in 2017. So it is fitting, as we look at Jason Kelce alongside the buses, it is fitting that it comes full circle from draft 2017 to Super Bowl championship parade that marks the 2017 season. Jason
Kelce looks like he's either left over from the Mummers Day parade or he's early for the next Mummers Day parade.
And here's the thing, you see Jason Kelce with the Bud Light in his mouth, and we thank our friends at Bud Light who are sponsors of the parade. And you'll recall the bet made between Bud Light and Lane Johnson saying, you get there, the beer's on us. You walk up to any watering hole on the way up here, you can have a free Bud Light. Amy, what's down at the stadium area?
I'm so glad you saw our resident mummer. Right before you came to us, Michael, he actually borrowed, and I will use that term borrowed because that is what he did. He asked permission, one of the police officers' bicycles and rode it all the way up Broad and up to Broad and then all the way back around. And then started taking some fan shots and some selfies. Then all the guys started getting out. We saw Lane Johnson get off the bus. We saw Jason Peters get off the bus. They're taking pictures with fans. They're maybe partaking in a beverage or two with fans. And it's just amazing. They're having the time of their lives. It's like Christmas for these guys right now. You just saw the bus pass with Zach Ertz and Brent Selleck. And the defensive backs were the one before that. But every single guy, to a man, is pretty much getting off. And you saw Jalen Mills out there with his fan. But there was no bigger crowd favorite than, of course, our mummer, Jason Kelce.
Yeah, and that's what you hope that all the players do. And this team has that connection with the city and with itself. They have a great sense of humor, almost to a man. And when Jason Kelce got out of his car like that with the Aladdin outfit on, you thought, okay, it's on, you know. And Jalen Mills following suit, getting off the buses. And don't be surprised if that happens all the way up Broad Street. And you heard Danny tell us earlier that the buses will be traveling about 3 miles an hour. So it's going to be a little bit before they get up here.
Good friends, good food, good fun, all at the Jug. That's right, the Jug Handle Inn. It's a fact that the Jug Handle Inn has the best wings around. But the Jug Handle is more than just wings. The Jug serves up monster burgers, freshly made salads, and is perfect for lunch, dinner, or a late night snack. And there's no need to run to the shore when you can relax on the beach at their Creekside Bar. Enjoy live music while you play your favorite games. All at the Creekside Bar and the Jug Handle Inn in c0ndensed.
You got to enjoy watching these guys play.
They got two young pieces, really good young pieces.
I mean, they're young, they're fun.
Philadelphia has become one of the most fun teams in the NBA.
And Simmons jams it. Look out below.
They're one of the best offensive and defensive teams in the league when they're playing together.
The 76ers have now become a team you want to watch.
Whatever you're getting ready for, come into SUPERCUTS. We pay attention to every detail and then finish with our signature hot towel, so you feel clean, sharp, and not just ready, but super ready. Save time by checking in with our mobile app. or at supercuts.com.
Phillies fans, the final score only tells you part of the story. Catch up with the players and the coach, fresh off the field. Then dig deeper into the action after the game with insider analysis. Phillies Post-Game Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework. I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
1 in 5 children struggle with learning and attention issues. Go from misunderstanding to understood.org.
Mandy? Todd, from high school.
Todd, how are you?
You look great.
Thank you.
And that trip to Miami, that looked like fun. That picture of you in the two-piece had like 100 likes. Well, 101. Your oldest daughter, Stephanie, she is gonna really fill out one day. You wanna take a quick selfie?
I gotta go, Todd.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll poke you.
Cure Auto Insurance. Drive well.
Danny Palmel's with Lane Johnson. Danny.
From underdog to top dog. You started it all, bro. How does this feel, getting the culmination of all your hard work?
It feels good to finally see the visions in your head come to reality. Just really about the city embracing it. They're having the most fun with it. We haven't even got to downtown yet. It's been crazy the whole time.
Is this more than what you expected?
Yes. We stopped by Popeyes. I was hoping to get a 3-piece on the way up here, but I'm enjoying it so far. It's been good.
Did you know that your hands would be tested with catching so many cans of beer?
I'm trying not to disappoint. I haven't dropped one yet that's touched my hand, so we're good.
All right, so here we are during the championship parade. Doug Peterson is looking for you guys to make this a regular thing.
Yeah, I think we're in a good situation as far as talent, people that work hard. We got a good nucleus to build off of, so I don't see this ending for a little while.
So this has been kind of a season of redemption for guys who maybe weren't able to be signed with other teams and come here with one-year deals and things like that. How were you guys able to come together so fast?
We have a saying in our building, it says hungry dogs run faster. So when you got guys striving to reach a goal that are hungry to succeed, that's all we are where we're at.
Some of the VIPs are arriving. There's Darwin Walker on the left. There's the Axeman, Jeremiah Trotter. There's Jason Avant in the white cap. Freddie, I'd like to thank your hand for being so good. Freddie Mitchell is here as well. And the Eagles have gone out of their way.
Oh, that's Charlie Mack, if you didn't know. It's Charlie Mack.
Charlie Mack?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's great to see that the Eagles have invited back all their players from years gone by. And they will enjoy this as well as they welcome the current team, Lombardi Trophy in tow. There's about 4,000 people that will be at the base of the steps between the curb and where the statue where we are at the Art Museum, at the base of those steps. And as the camera pulls out, there's the podium. And they've done this, it's just beautifully done. It's going to be an amazing ceremony. So there's about 3,700, 4,000 folks who are going to be in those white seats, and then there's seats beyond that that cross the street. And then we are actually, you see the lights, we are underneath the George Washington statue, the back end of the George Washington statue. Story of my life, Ray. Barrett, I'll tell you that. There's Vince Papali. We're invincible today. Vincenzo is here. And he has got to be, he's always thrilled, regardless of the day. He's got to be beyond that today as he's taking photos. We hope we see this again. We hope we see it every year, but you never know. And he's taking it all in just like the rest of us, just like the current team is on these buses. Let's go to Derek Gunners with the Axeman. Gunner.
This guy back in the day, he was the heart and soul of this defense. You got to be as proud of these guys as anybody out there.
Yo, man, you see them people out there?
It's crazy.
That's what it's for right there. That's why I'm here, to see them guys celebrate. All them years trying to get there for them guys, and this team brought the Lombardi Trophy to this city, man. This city deserves it. They needed it, and I'm ecstatic right now.
I know you study this team, you analyze this team year in and year out. At what point of the season did you think, man, we have something special going on here?
I knew when we played Washington. I just knew, I didn't know how far we would get. I just knew those guys were having fun, man. And when you can have fun and you can buy into a system and you like your head coach, they really love Doug, and they'll go to war for him. They bought into the system, and they bought into each other. They play for each other, and they have fun doing it. You know, you see it's evident after games, dancing, doing games, in the locker room. That's the type.
You guys didn't do all that.
We didn't do all the dancing, but we had fun playing together, man. We were a close-knit family type of team, and that's the way these guys played, and that carried them all the way through the Super Bowl.
Now, for the most part, this defense was a lockdown defense for much of this season.
Right.
Who's the Axe man on this defense?
Man, I don't know who the Axe man is, but they got a lot of great players.
Who is that?
You know, listen, I love Jenkins' game. I love Jenkins, man. This guy, he is Dawkins-esque. Dawkins-esque. And I love Fletcher. I love Brandon Graham. I love the way that Brandon sets the edges. You know, Chris, I love all of it. They have a lot of great players on the team, man. And I'm just happy they all came together and brought a trophy to this city because this fan base, Eagles Nation, deserved it.
All right, before I let you go, you got to do one thing for me. You know, I don't ask a lot of things of you.
Don't ask for the axe, dog.
I want to see the axe right now. Right now. Got to see the axe. Got to see the axe. You can't leave. You can't leave until we look. You cannot deny these people to see the axe. Come on. Come on, man. No.
First of all, I might hurt my back trying to do it. All right?
That's all right. I understand you have a good medical plan.
I do. I got good, but I don't trying to go through all the rehab.
Axe. Come on, man.
No,
D-Gun only asks you one thing a year. One thing.
D-Gun. I can't do the axe, baby. Let's go to axe. Woo!
That's what I'm talking about. I knew I'd get him to do it sooner or later.
Derek Gunn with the Axeman, Jeremiah Trotter out of Stephen F. Austin. And what a guy he was, what a player. We'll get back to stories about Trott in a moment. But the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, Doug Peterson, with John Clark.
Hey, we are watching Doug Peterson. He just held up the Lombardi Trophy to the fans, pumping his fist. Hey, Doug, we are live to the world right now. How special was that when you actually got off the bus and let the Eagles fans along the parade route touch the Lombardi Trophy?
You know, that's what it's all about. You know, that's why we get in this business, obviously, you know, to put ourselves in a position to win the Super Bowl. This is a great team, special team, and to come out here today and just kind of give a little bit back to the city of Philadelphia and these fans means a lot.
You were here as a quarterback 20 years ago and coached here. Did you imagine it would be this big?
You know what? You never know what to expect in the city of Philadelphia. This is just tremendous. This is a great. I mean, these people love, obviously, these players and this organization, and we're just happy that we can, you know, have this Lombardi Trophy here in Philadelphia.
To be the head coach that delivers the first Super Bowl to this great city of Philadelphia, how special is that to you?
It's very special. Obviously, something that will stick with me the rest of my life, the rest of my career. I'm just so happy and honored to be a part of the success that we had this year, and. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a dream come true.
You realize the moment you won the Super Bowl in this parade, your life changes forever, right?
That's what they say. And after watching today, yeah, it might change a little bit.
Everybody was so impressed with you the day after when you spoke about, we're not done. This city has always had a little inferiority complex, a little insecurity. You are now setting a new norm for this town, aren't you?
That's what I want to do, you know, and, you know, Mr. Lurie hired me for a reason, and, you know, this is obviously the beginning steps. You know, why can't we, as the Philadelphia Eagles, why can't we go back to the Super Bowl? Why can't we have more than one opportunity? And we're just so excited to bring the first one here and hopefully many more.
And they are chucking footballs from, oh my goodness, this is insane.
This is crazy. This is crazy. I love it. I love it.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Doug.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
This man delivered a Super Bowl to Philadelphia. No one has stopped smiling. And by the way, I've seen him taking just as many pictures and videos of everybody else as they are of you.
I'm going to remember this the rest of my life. I'm going to document it somehow.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Doug. Appreciate it. All right, let's send it back to you.
As we watch the buses hit City Hall, and again, that wall of sound, that wave of sound, particularly echoing now in between the buildings.
That's an unbelievable sight right there. Going down historic Philadelphia. And now on their way, coming up, crowds going nuts. These players are really going into something they never want to experience in their life again.
And I wonder, as we saw that Todd Harriman's fell in love with this city and stayed, as Barrett Brooks fell in love with this city and stayed, as other former Philadelphia Eagles did the same. When you win a championship here and you connect with the fan base on that level, whether or not we will see more than our fair share of 2017 Philadelphia Eagles remaining in Philadelphia to live out their days once their playing careers are finished. Beautiful sight.
You'll find that a lot of ex-players stay here simply because of that. Fans here and people around here never forget about you. And you still feel a sense of home even going to a different place of being here in Philadelphia.
It's really true, Mike. I mean, you look at Ron Jaworski. Ron Jaworski was born in upstate New York, went to college in Ohio, began his NFL career in Los Angeles with the Rams, finished his NFL career in Kansas City with the Chiefs, but where did he make his home? He made his home in Philadelphia. And if you know Ron Jaworski today, you can't imagine any more of a Philly guy than Ron Jaworski. You can't imagine any more of a Philly guy than Dick Vermeil, who didn't even want to come here, who had to be convinced to take this job by Jim Murray. But once guys come here and they play in Philadelphia and they get to experience what this city's about and feel the love of the fans, it becomes home. And I really do think, and I think it's particularly true when you have a team that actually wins something. And we talked about how many of the old Flyers are still here, how many of the Vermeil Eagles are still here. I think it's going to be the same with these guys. I think a lot of these guys are going to make Philadelphia their home.
And they've already been brought into our homes, in some cases literally, maybe even on this parade route, we don't know, by just the sheer volume of what, and the quantity, the quality of what they've done.
My name is Lewis. I worked as a loss prevention agent in store security. One day I had to chase a thief and fell and tore a muscle in my right leg. My employer wanted to fire me without providing for my medical benefits. That's when I called the lawyers at Schwartz-Colleton. They got me the medical help I needed and a large cash settlement. I recommend Schwartz-Colleton to all my friends and family. They got me justice.
If you've been injured, get justice.
Call 1-800-JUSTICE today.
Your time to save is running out. These are the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event at your local Ford store. You just have a short time to get a Ford Fusion with 0% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 cash back. That's 0% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 cash back. Or you can lease a Fusion for just $159 a month. That's only $159 a month. But you can't wait. These special offers only last until September 4th. Hurry into the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event going on now at your local Ford store.
Swing and a miss, throw to second base, in time. Alfaro off his back leg, fires in time. The throw to the plate on one hop, he is out at home plate. Pitch is taken outside, throw to second base, it is in time. Shows bunt, Alfaro's got it, fires, and it's in time. A little hot sauce on that throw from Alfaro.
Attention blood thinner users. Thousands of blood thinner users may have been exposed to serious risk by these dangerous medications. If you or loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. Call KNIGHTLINE Legal to speak with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-435-6854. Again, that's 1-800-435-6854.
Don't miss the shows everyone's talking about. Watch them at home or on the go with premium networks like Starz, HBO, Cinemax, Epix, and Showtime. Get the most out of Fios.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to introduce the man who has overseen this franchise for 23 years. He purchased the Eagles back in 1994 and launched the most successful run in the organization's history, establishing a winning tradition both on and off the field. Under his leadership, the Eagles have compiled a greater overall winning percentage, more playoff appearances, and more playoff victories than it had under all previous owners combined. He led the Eagles to 8 NFC East titles, 6 NFC Championship appearances, 2 Super Bowl appearances, and now the franchise's first Super Bowl championship. It is a great honor to introduce the chairman and CEO of the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, Jeffrey Lurie.
Wow. For the millions of Eagles fans here in Philly, all over America and around the world, this Super Bowl championship is for you. You are the most passionate and deserving sports fans on the planet. We couldn't have done it without you. You are a huge part of our Eagles family. Together, we brought Philly this world championship. I want to congratulate our players, who are the most impressive group of men I have ever been around. Our coaches, led by Doug Peterson, are savvy, humble, relentless, and fearless. Our football operations, smartly and creatively led by Howie Roseman. And our business operations, astutely led by Don Smolensky. This Eagles team won a world championship because it epitomizes what this great city and this great country can be at its best. When you treasure selflessness, compassion, teamwork, trust in and love of each other, and incredible resilience through all the adversity, and combine it with great focus and strategy, you become a world championship family. Philly, you are Super Bowl champions, and I have one final message for you. We are just beginning. I want to recognize all the great Eagles players who laid the foundation for this historic franchise. Many of them are here today, and I just want to recognize you all, because without you, we're not here. I also want to recognize the newest member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, all-time Eagle great Brian Dawkins. I want now to turn this over to our Super Bowl champion head coach. Go Eagles!
City of Philadelphia, these men up here beside me just won Super Bowl 52. I'm so proud of this group of men. The dedication, the commitment, the desire, and the will to never quit. This is a resilient group. This is a group that fought through a lot of injury, adversity. The underdog, right? The underdog. This is a group that I'll always remember for sticking together, for trusting in me as the head football coach, and trusting in Mr. Lurie, and trusting in each other. I love these guys. We brought you guys a world championship, and just like Mr. Lurie said, we are not done yet. We have more to go, more to prove. This is our new norm. This is our new norm, to be playing football in February. I'm so proud to represent this group, this city, and this organization. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach. It wasn't too long ago that the Eagles were a team in transition. And since then, excellent drafting, shrewd moves in free agency, deft wheeling and dealing. And here the Eagles are as the champions of the world. Responsible for that, please welcome Howie Roseman.
Philly, is this what heaven's like? This is the best city in the world, with the best fans in the world, and now we have the World Championship. Get used to it, let's go!
It's time now to meet some of the players responsible for all of us being here today. First up, he threw 3 touchdown passes and caught the Philly special in the Super Bowl. Please welcome the MVP, Nick Foles.
I don't think words can really describe what is going on here today. I've never seen so many people in one spot celebrating in unity one thing. To be a part of the Philadelphia Eagles, to be a part of these guys, it's one of the greatest things I've ever done in my life. It is an honor for us to bring y'all to the Super Bowl. We finally did it. We're Super Bowl champs.
Domino's delivery drivers are experts at handling bad roads. But those roads shouldn't ruin your pizza when you carry out. So we're doing something about them, starting with this one. If your drive home is rough on pizza, tell us at pavingforpizza.com so we can fix roads across the country. Then carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each.
This'll have to do. I'm broke. Once I pay my car insurance, there's not much left.
What are you giving up to pay for car insurance? Save money with Good to Go Auto Insurance. Get started with as little as $20 down, then pay monthly. It's cheaper because you buy just what you need to be legal. Check it out. Visit goodtogo.com and get a rate quote in under a minute. Then chill and get back to what you've been missing. Visit goodtogo.com. It's fast, cheap, and easy. Visit goodtogo.com. That's good, the number 2, go.com.
In the air, the left side field. He's done it again.
You got to enjoy watching these guys play.
They got 2 young pieces, really good young pieces.
I mean, they're young, they're fun.
Philadelphia has become one of the most fun teams in the NBA.
And Simmons jams it. Look out below.
They're one of the best offensive and defensive teams in the league when they're playing together.
The 76ers have now become a team you want to watch.
FC Kerbeck Buick GMC's low lease Labor Day. Why settle for a leftover 2018? Every 2019 GMC Acadia in our showroom, $279 down or $279 lease per month. $279 down or $279 lease per month. Every 2018 Buick Encore in our showroom, $139 down or $139 lease per month. $139 down or $139 lease per month. Held over till Saturday, 7 p.m. at FC Kerbeck BuickGMC.com.
Come join us.
Next up, one of the great players at his position in the history of the NFL, a 9-time Pro Bowler, 7 times with the Eagles. Unfortunately, wasn't there on the field to help this team win the Super Bowl, but a great asset off the field, helping the Eagles get here today. Please welcome the bodyguard, left tackle, Jason Peters!
What's up, Philly? I want y'all to make some noise for the 2018 Super Bowl champs. Because I want to thank each and every one of these guys for going out there and fighting for me. You know, when I went down, Wentz went down, Sproles went down, Hicks, Marigos, a bunch of guys went down, key guys. All three phases of the game went down. And these guys never batted an eye. Y'all never stopped rooting for us. And in the end, we all believed in each other. And that's why we're the world champs. Super Bowl 52, baby.
Next, one of the team captains, one of the leaders, one of the great special teams players in all of the NFL. Please welcome Chris Marigos.
Yo, Philly, hey. I anticipated y'all being lit, but man, y'all know how to party. Man, it's so good being here with you guys today. You know, like JP said, we went down earlier in the year, but I saw a different perspective than I did when I was playing. You see, when you're a player, you put your head down and you grind. And I was able to look up a little bit this year, and you know what I saw? I saw a team full of passion. I saw a fan base that hurts when we hurt. A fan base that celebrates when we celebrate. And today, I saw a place that parties when we party. Congratulations, Philadelphia. You deserve this more than anybody in the world. We're 2018 world champions. Congratulations.
Next, the longest tenured athlete in Philadelphia, a leader in the locker room. Please welcome number 87, tight end, Brent Selleck.
Hey, Philly, I love you. Philly, I just know when I was drafted here in 2007, there was one thing that all the fans said that they wanted, and that was a world championship. And today, we celebrate the fact that Philly has a world championship. To all the fans out there that have supported us, I love each and every one of you. You all know that Philly is my home, and Philly is world champs today. I love y'all.
We've been introducing these players one at a time. Right now, we make an exception. Please welcome the underdogs, Chris Long and Lane Johnson. Center of the football universe. Let me hear you bark a little. Hey, we want to break a world record right now. We want to get the loudest E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles chant of all time. Lane, kick it off, baby.
A one, a two, a three.
E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles!
Let me tell you something. If you like the way this feels and you want to start feeling it more often, give me a hell yeah.
Hey, today, the bottom line is, son, we are the center of the football universe, and they got to live with the underdogs, baby, because we are the center of the football universe. Go Eagles. Thank you. Fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. Tom Brady on the field. Eagles needed a stop. The defense rose to the occasion. Number 55, off the edge, Brandon Graham, the big play. The strip sack, please welcome Brandon Graham.
What up, though, baby? We got us a championship, baby. It took me 8 years, well, all my life for real, but you know, I appreciate y'all, for embracing us, this year, because, we know we've been through some ups and downs, and we could have easily gave it away, and gave up on each other, but we didn't, and we stayed together, and that's that brotherly love we talk about in Philadelphia, and we stayed together, and we made it happen. 2018 World Champions, baby, let's do it.
Nick Foles brought it home at the quarterback position, but we would not be here today if it were not for 33 touchdown passes, an 11-2 record as a starter, went down with an injury. Please welcome the MVP, quarterback Carson Wentz.
Crazy Eagles Nation is. As I stand here today and look out here, I think y'all are more than crazy. Y'all truly are the best football fans in the world, and you make it a joy and a pleasure to play for you. From the moment I got here, I knew this was a special place. A special locker room, a special organization, special coaching, and some seriously special fans. And I knew it wouldn't take long until we were standing up here, and here we are today as world champions. The last thing I gotta say is I hope y'all can get used to this.
One of the key additions to the roster in the offseason made big play after big play this season, including a touchdown catch in Super Bowl 52. Please welcome wide receiver Alshon Jeffrey.
What's up? Hey, I told them at the beginning of the week that we was bringing this trophy back up. Don't it look good over here? Hey, I just want to say I thank y'all, but I would not be standing here. I would not be standing here if it wasn't for a great group of guys. Let them introduce themselves. We all wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of us together.
Yeah, the special thing about this team has always been about family. Everyone gave of themselves. I remember way back in March, sitting down with Alshon in the locker room. I was like, man, why'd you come here? He's like, I wanted to be a part of something special. And look what happened. We world champs, baby.
We love y'all, Philly. I appreciate y'all. Y'all gave us a lot of love, a lot of energy. We world champs.
And we're the best in the world. We're the best in the world.
What I love about Patient First is I never need an appointment to see a doctor when I'm sick or hurt.
What I love about Patient First is they're open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year.
I love that there's always a doctor on duty, and the staff is so friendly.
They accept nearly all insurance plans.
And x-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are all right there.
What I love about Patient First is they're now in my neighborhood.
Patient First, urgent care, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year.
This is an insurance commercial, but let's be honest.
Nobody likes dealing with insurance.
Which is why Esurance hired me, Dennis Quaid, as their spokesperson, because apparently I'm highly likable. See, they know it's confusing.
I literally have no idea what I'm getting, Dennis Quaid.
That's why they're making it simple. Manning Cafe, and more affordable.
Thank you, Dennis Quaid.
You're welcome.
That's a prop apple.
I'd tell you more, but I only have 30 seconds, so here's a dramatic shot of their tagline so you'll remember it. Esurance. It's surprisingly painless.
This will have to do. I'm broke. Once I pay my car insurance, there's not much left.
What are you giving up to pay for car insurance? Save money with Good to Go auto insurance. Get started with as little as $20 down, then pay monthly. It's cheaper because you buy just what you need to be legal. Check it out. Visit goodtogo.com and get a rate quote in under a minute. Then chill and get back to what you've been missing. Visit goodtogo.com. It's fast, cheap, and easy. Visit goodtogo.com. That's good, the number 2.
You already have what it takes. Now you're taking it further. You're here to discover what sets you apart. Because here, exceptional is the norm. What will you reveal? To learn more, visit immaculata.edu.
You build your football team from the line of scrimmage out, and the Eagles were dominant on both sides of the ball this season. The brains in the middle of the offensive line, with great athletic ability, strength, teamwork. Please welcome All-Pro center Jason Kelce. Philadelphia! If you love the Eagles, let me get a hell yeah! You love the Philadelphia Eagles, let me get a hell yeah! I'm gonna take a second to talk to you about underdogs. I know Lane and Chris just talked about this, but I don't think that it's been beat home enough. Howie Roseman, a few years ago, was relinquished of all control pretty much in this organization. He was put in the side, he was put in the side of the building where I didn't see him for over a year. 2 years ago, when they made a decision, he came out of there a different man. He came out of there with a purpose and a drive to make this possible. And I saw a different Howie Roseman, an underdog, Doug Peterson. When Doug Peterson was hired, he was rated as the worst coaching hire by a lot of freaking analysts out there in the media. This past offseason, some clown named Mike Lombardi told him that he was the least qualified head coach in the NFL. You saw a driven Doug Peterson, a man who went for it on 4th and down. Went for it on 4th and down in the Super Bowl with the trick play. He wasn't playing just to go mediocre. He's playing for a Super Bowl. And it don't stop with him. It does not stop with him. Jason Peters was told he was too old, didn't have it anymore. Before he got hurt, he was the best freaking tackle in the NFL. Big B was told he didn't have it. Stephen Wisniewski ain't good enough. Jason Kelce's too small. Lane Johnson can't lay off the juice. Brandon Brooks has anxiety. Carson Wentz didn't go to a Division I school. Nick Foles don't got it. Corey Clement's too slow. LeGarrette Blount ain't got it anymore. Jay and John can't stay healthy. Torrey Smith can't catch. Nelson Aguilar can't catch. Zach Ertz can't block. Brett Selleck's too old. Brandon Graham was drafted too high. Vinny Curry ain't got it. Bo Allen can't fit the scheme. Michael Thomas can't fit the scheme. Nigel Bradley can't catch. Jalen Mills can't cover. Patrick Robinson can't cover. It's the whole team. It's the whole team. nation with a bunch of driven men to accomplish something. We were a bunch of underdogs. And you know what underdogs is? It's a hungry dog. And Jeff Stoutland has had this in our building for 5 years. It's a quote in the O-line room that has stood on the wall for the last 5 years. Hungry dogs run faster. And that's this team. Bottom line is, we wanted it more. All the players, all the coaches, the front office, Jeffrey Lurie, everybody wanted it more. And that's why we're up here today, and that's why we're the first team in Eagles history to hold that freaking trophy. And you know who the biggest underdog is? It's y'all, Philadelphia. For 52 years, y'all have been waiting for this. You want to talk about underdog? You want to talk about a hungry dog? For 52 years, you've been starved in this championship. Everybody wonders why we're so mean. Everybody wonders why the Philadelphia Eagles aren't the nicest fans. If I don't eat breakfast, I'm off. No one wanted us. No one liked this team. No analyst liked this team to win the Super Bowl, and nobody likes our fans. And you know what? I've just heard one of the best chants this past day, and it's one of my favorite, and it's new, and I hope y'all learn it, because I'm about to drop it right now. You know what I gotta say to all those people that doubted us, to all those people that counted us out, and to everybody who said that we couldn't get it done? What my man Jay Ajayi just said. You.
There is a lot of emotion on this football team and in this city. Late in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl, the Eagles trailing. Nick Foles looks to Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz.
I don't even know how to follow that. It's been one of the best days of my life. I love you guys. Hey, we're world champions, and I promise this ain't gonna be the last time we're partying on Broad Street. Let's go! Let's go, baby. Love you guys.
Our final player to speak today, a leader in the locker room, on the field, in the community, big play after big play. Please welcome Pro Bowl safety, Malcolm Jenkins.
Hey, Philly, what's up? Hey, I don't hear that. Philly, what's up? Hey, we brought this home for y'all. Don't think for a second we didn't understand what this meant to the city of Philadelphia. Y'all, excuse me, I'm a little turned up. But hey, this is for y'all, Philly. Hey, believe that everybody in here, man, they doubted us as players, they doubted us as a team, and all we ever did was step up, love each other more, grind more, and have more fun than anybody in the league, and believe this is for the city of Philadelphia. Straight up. So one more time, we gotta hear from y'all. Fly, Eagles fly. Y'all please play that.
time to save is running out. These are the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event at your local Ford store. Now just announced, get $500 bonus cash on our full line of SUVs. Or you can choose 0% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 cash back. If you're looking for low monthly payments, you can lease an Escape for just $185 a month. But you can't wait. These special offers only last until September 4th. Hurry into the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event. Going on now at your local Ford store.
You got to enjoy watching these guys play.
They got two young pieces, really good young pieces.
I mean, they're young, they're fun.
Philadelphia has become one of the most fun teams in the NBA.
And Simmons jams it. Look out below.
They're one of the best offensive and defensive teams in the league when they're playing together.
The 76ers have now become a team you want to watch.
Celebrate the 2018 NBA champion Golden State Warriors with official championship gear at NBAstore.com. Shop the championship collection, including locker room merchandise and much more.
It's over! It's over! What a finish!
Get the official hat, t-shirt, and towel the Warriors wore during their on-court celebration. And pick up the NBA Finals commemorative film. Visit NBAstore.com now.
I am American, Latino,
Christian.
I'm an athlete.
I am dyslexic,
Persian.
Puerto Riqueña.
African American,
A father.
Mother.
Bicultural.
I'm a medium.
I'm tall. Canadian. Italian. A woman.
I'm LGBT.
Strong.
Americano.
I am an ally.
Did I forget something?
Equal. We're all equal.
no matter our differences.
And strong because of them.
Celebrate diversity. The more you know.
Sing it. Do you mind singing that moment? Committed. They gotta play that. We are. Need to go, Philly! Philly, Philly! We are the champions. Let's hear you, Philly!
And that is why we came. Holy moly, your world champion Philadelphia Eagles. Michael Kendricks and all the team members up there, Jason Peters. That was as advertised. And let me tell you something. Chase Utley, you ain't got nothing on Jason Kelsey. That's one thing that is for sure. And we give you the requisite apology for the use of vulgarity, but Jason Kelsey took it to another level. As we gathered this afternoon to celebrate the champions and Queen's anthem of champions. We are the champions playing in the background. Jay Ajayi carried that ball after being traded from Miami to a fare thee well. And I have never seen so much confetti blow over a city as we are seeing today and right now. A special moment
Of the world.
of the world. And it was led off by Merrill Reese, introducing Jeffrey Lurie introducing Howie Roseman, man of few words. Another kiss. There you go, Freddie Mitchell with a kiss for the Lombardi Trophy. You think there's Ken Dunnick on the right. You think Freddie still considers himself a member of the family and a member of the Eagles? I would say so. You get hold of the Lombardi Trophy, you give it a kiss. You were close, Freddie, but this time it's all of ours.
Unbelievable scene. Take it all in, Philadelphia. Take it all in. History in the making.
History was made. Howie Roseman spoke, and then it started to get a little more lively when Lane Johnson and Chris Long were introduced. And I don't know whether they were doing Mean Gene Okerlund or Ric Flair or what they were doing.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But I'll tell you what, little man, it worked, and it worked well. Chris Long wearing his Allen Iverson jersey and the fur coat, full length. And then came Jason Kelce. And really,
Just emotion.
It was pure emotion,
Yeah.
and it was pure truth. And he delivered the address of his life and what everybody wanted to hear. And now we hear Rocky. We hear the theme from Rocky.
You know, you could tell just from the way that all went down that wasn't something that was just built from this year. That's something that was passed down from the past 57 years. That this city has also had a part in filling this no respect type of, deal as far as us not winning a championship. That's exactly what it is.
Very true. And I think that Jason Kelce, you could say he went off script, except I don't think there was a script.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, that came straight from the gut, that came straight from the heart. And I understand where he's coming from, because there were a lot of people. We talk about the whole underdog aspect of the whole team. And Jason went right down the list, talking about how Doug Peterson was an underdog, and how Howie Roseman came up as an underdog, and how so many guys on this team they can't do this, they can't do that, they're questioned about this, they're questioned about that. He laid it all out there. But, he was a big part of that, too. I mean, there are a lot of people that, after last season, didn't think Jason Kelce was an NFL player anymore. They thought that he had outlived his usefulness here, that he was too small, he didn't fit this system, he didn't fit this scheme. And he came back and he never complained about it. He never confronted people about it. He just buckled down and he just worked his butt off. And I think this year, he had good seasons in the past. He had Pro Bowl seasons in the past. I thought, in terms of week 1 to week 16 performance, this was his best season. Now, he didn't get picked for a Pro Bowl, and look, he couldn't have gone to the Pro Bowl anyway because he was playing in the bigger game, the Super Bowl.
Right.
But he was justly named an All-Pro this year because, in my view, and there are some good centers in the NFL right now. There's some good centers in this own division. But he was, in my view, head and shoulders the best center in the NFL this year. And look, Jason didn't say much this year about any of that stuff, but he got it all off his chest today.
He sure did, and really, rightly so. I think many of us could have done without the F-bombs, but the energy, the passion, and he talked about everyone on the list, beginning with Howie Roseman, and really, he spared no one. And he talked about it, and it's uncomfortable to hear. Howie Roseman relegated to an office down the hall, and when he came back, he was a different kind of Howie Roseman. Same with Doug Peterson. He can't coach. Came back, different coach, different Doug Peterson.
In the air, the long center field. He's done it again.
This is an insurance commercial, but let's be honest. Nobody likes dealing with insurance, which is why Esurance hired me, Dennis Quaid, as their spokesperson, because apparently I'm highly likable. See, they know it's confusing.
I literally have no idea what I'm getting, Dennis Quaid.
That's why they're making it simple. Manning Cafe, and more affordable.
Thank you, Dennis Quaid.
You're welcome.
That's a prop apple.
I'd tell you more, but I only have 30 seconds, so here's a dramatic shot of their tagline so you'll remember it. Esurance. It's surprisingly painless.
Summer's calling. The 2018 Cadillacs are ready to move. Our best offers on 2018 models are here. Join us for the Made to Move sales event. Current GM lessees get this low mileage lease on this 2018 Cadillac XT5 from around $359 per month.
Attention, if you or a loved one have a blood clot filter implanted, listen closely. You could be at serious risk. The FDA warns that IVC filters can fail and cause serious heart and lung problems, even death. If you or a loved one has an IVC filter in place from January 2004 until now, even if you haven't had any complications, call IVC Filter Alert now. You may be entitled to compensation. Call the IVC Filter Alert line today.
Call 800-815-7...
Something free. Find something for you. The all-new Fios On Demand is coming this fall. Get the most out.
Because Derek Gunn is with. Why was he wearing goggles? Lane Johnson. Go ahead, Gunner.
Yeah, that's a good question, Michael. Lane, explain the goggles, if you will.
Pair of JP's goggles. He had them extra. Hey, we need them. Hey, we had some stuff flying at us today, so it was well needed.
What did you think about your buddy Jason Kelsey's speech?
Best thing I ever heard. One of the many advices Doug gives us for a game is he says, that's your personality show. I said, Kelsey, go give him hell. That's what he gave him.
Lane, how good does this feel right now?
You know, this is everything like you dream of it, and then you go and live it. It's even better than the dream. So this has been long awaited. It's what this town's been waiting for, and it's really a special day.
Doug Peterson said this is the new norm now.
I think what he's saying is we have a pretty good roster, pretty good nucleus where we can have a lot of great success in the future. Keep working hard.
Go enjoy it. You deserve it.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right.
Gunner, thank you. And Jason Kelsey, locker room poet, puts it perfectly.
He got locker room poet.
This is something that you dream of, and then you live it, and it's better than the dream. And I would say to that, hear, hear, because this has been an amazing day, and a special, special day, one that we'll remember always, young and old alike. But Jason Kelsey, back to his rant, which was incredible. Got up there, talked about all the blemishes, talked about all the picadillos that have plagued this team. And he did not mention Brent Selleck. That's because he's with Derek Gunn. Gunner.
Yeah, Michael, this guy and I have traveled many roads together, and this is the biggest smile I've ever seen on his face. Was the wait worth it?
It was worth it, because these fans deserve it, man. They've deserved every freaking bit of this, man. It's been an unbelievable journey. I'm glad we could bring it home to them. But the support we've had on Broad Street and right here on the Parkway, unreal, unreal. Philly, we love you. We love you, Philly.
Last question to you, is it even sweeter because so many people doubted you guys?
It's sweeter. I will say this. I think it's super sweet, the fact that if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And obviously over the last 10 years, the Patriots have proved that they're the best. And we went out, and we as a team, we beat them. We're the dogs now.
Brent, thank you, man. Congratulations. Enjoy. You deserved it, brother.
Love you, bro.
Love you, Selleck. It's been a long time, man. Derek Gunn with Brent Selleck. And what Brent Selleck fails to understand, he's finally seeing it for real. This is just like one big Eagles tailgate. He just never sees it. He's inside the stadium. But this is the deal. You know, this is the celebration.
Celebration of all celebrations.
Celebration of all celebrations. And to hear Chris Long and Lane Johnson ramp it up for Jason Kelsey. By the way, wearing an Avalon Mummers uniform from the Avalon Mummers Brigade. and looked good. I thought it was Aladdin, but it's even better because it is a Mummers uniform. So
Philadelphia's finest.
Philadelphia's finest.
I'd say he's assimilated into the Philadelphia culture very nicely.
Yeah, but also I think he wanted all of us to understand how the team felt, how in so many ways the team is a mirror image of the citizens of our community. We're blue-collar, hard-working, counted out many times when we should not be. And as he said, quoting Doug Peterson, an underdog is a hungry dog. A hungry dog runs faster. We ran faster. We wanted it more than any other Eagles team ever has, and darn sure more than any other 31 other teams in the National Football League. And they proved it on Sunday, and they showed it today. And to the victor go the spoils, and now we are spoiled. No question. I want this again.
Well, that would be nice. I mean, you know, one of the things that I think where I'll always remember from our weekend in Minneapolis was the show that we did, the Philly versus Boston show that we did 1 hour before kickoff.
That won't happen again.
That we all took part.
Right.
And you know, one of the things that came across to me in that show was the fact that, look, the Boston guys are nice enough fellas, but there was an air of condescension.
Yes, there was.
About how they talked about, do you guys really think that you're going to come in here and you're going to beat Bill Belichick and Tom Brady? Do you really think, look, you had a nice run, you had a nice underdog story, you know, I kind of get that whole thing, you overcame some injuries, but come on. You know, if you're down to play in this game, you're playing our team, what chance do you really have? There was really sort of a smugness about the whole thing that to me makes this all the more delicious.
Oh, yes.
That the Eagles went out and actually beat them. And look, I didn't expect the game to play out that way. If you had told me this was going to be a game of 1,100 yards and a wide open shootout kind of football game, I didn't think the Eagles could win a shootout against Bill Brady and Tom Brady and the Patriots. But they did. You know, and it just was one more manifestation of the fact that whatever this team had to do on any given day to win, they found a way to do it.
Yeah.
You know, if they needed their defense, they won on their defense. If they needed their offense, they won on their offense. Each week, whatever the challenge was, they met it. And I think that's the memory that I'm going to have of this team, and that's why everybody's celebrating here today, because this was such a Philadelphia kind of win, because it was all about overcoming. And they overcome everything all year, and then they get a chance to come back home and celebrate it with literally the entire city. There are more people here today than there are in the entire city of Philadelphia. This was really a special day.
I think we have Derek Gunn. Is he with somebody, Gunner? Yes?
Yeah, Michael, I'm here with Chris Long, and the first thing I have to ask you is, did you save this coat for this particular moment?
I rented this coat. It's a fake coat, so nobody should throw tomato juice on me. It's not real. No animals were harmed. The only animals that were harmed were all the teams we beat this year.
You have the rare luxury of being a professional player to win back-to-back championships with the different teams. Which one was more special? That one in New England or this one?
Listen, I was blessed to spend a year in New England. You know, anytime you win a championship, you're part of a brotherhood, but this was more special because this city needed it. We deserved it. You know, I felt like this city adopted me as one of their own, and I love this place, man, and this parade just, it was unbelievable. These folks are amazing.
I hope my cameraman Sean can get a shot of this jersey, but you're wearing an Allen Iverson special.
AI.
Why AI?
Pride of Virginia. You know, I like to name drop. He's a acquaintance of mine, a buddy of mine. He's a Philly legend. He's an American legend. He's one of the best basketball players to ever play. And I was trying to get a Bethel jersey as high school, but we couldn't get it here on time. But he's a legend here, and he deserves to be represented.
What does it mean to you to be a part of history here in Philadelphia, the first Super Bowl championship ever in this city?
It's humbling. I hope there's another 10 of them, but you know, at the end of the day, there'll never be another first one, and that's what's so special, and that's what people came out for. And you know, as players, we're just really lucky to be here.
Chris, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
Gunner, way to be. Derek Gunn with Chris Long, pride of the University of Virginia. And you mentioned Allen Iverson wearing an Allen Iverson jersey. Allen is from Newport News, or as Allen would say, Newport Bad News. Virginia, and a friend of his, legendary player, wanted to honor that. But Chris Long is one of those guys, like Jason Kelsey, like Lane Johnson, like Malcolm Jenkins, who gets it, understands what it means to be a Philadelphia athlete, understands them right there, how rabid they are, we are, how much we want it, how much we'll give it back to you in droves, how much we'll love you back. Just love us a little, play hard for us, and throw in, you know, maybe a Lombardi trophy once every 57 years, and we'll repay. That guy right there, Vinnie Curry from Brick Township, New Jersey. His future was questioned. What's going to happen with him? Can he play in this scheme? He was vicious. He was great. He was a great addition. Wasn't he, Barrett?
Absolutely. You know, talking about a guy who really started this defensive line as far as being a run stopper, then he turned into a pass rusher. It's kind of the opposite of what they drafted him for. It just goes to show all these guys had the potential to be good, and they finally lived up to that potential under the tutelage of Doug Peterson. Doug allowed these guys to be who they wanted to be, and it fitted within the framework of this family type of atmosphere that they had. So, you know, these guys cling to each other, and even now, you know, they didn't talk about themselves. They talked about others on the team, how others on the team made plays, how the guys picked them and just emotionally supported them throughout this whole process of being a champion.
Yeah, I think if we could do a pick-and-click question or a voice your choice on who made the biggest impression from the festivities, from the stage and the podium, I think it would go hands down, and we will do this probably tomorrow, if not later tonight. I think it would go hands down to Jason Kelsey, and Derek Gunn spoke with him fresh off the podium.
How long had you been practicing that speech?
It's been slowly building over the course of the entire year. I mean, you know, I think that it's true. In the moment that Lane and Chris wore the underdog mask, and that kind of became the theme of this team, I think that it hit me like a ton of bricks. It was so evident that this whole team is a bunch of underdogs. This organization is a bunch of underdogs, and the ability to fight through all that is the reason why we're here.
Do you realize that will go down as one of the greatest championship speeches in the history of pro sports?
Well, that's about all the energy I had to put into it. I need to go take a nap right now, but that was after the parade and everything. I mean, this is one of the most incredible days of my life, and I can't believe that anybody else would feel any different that went through this. This was special, Philadelphia. You made it special, and I can't thank you all enough.
You have been waiting a long time for something like this. You took a lot of shots. People doubted you. How does it feel to stand here, and how does it feel to look out in that crowd and see the reception that this team has gotten?
I mean, it makes it all worthwhile. It makes it all mean that much more. I mean, I don't think anybody could ever understand. We're going to post videos. We're going to put all the pictures on to see the crowd of people, to see the people. Nothing's ever going to do it justice as being there. I mean, it was unbelievable today. This is one of the best days. I mean, I said it just a few minutes ago. This is one of the best days of my life. And this was incredible. The support that we got from our fans, the amount of people that came up, despite it being freezing weather. I mean, it was something special. And I love this city. I love this team. And I love the Philadelphia Eagles.
When your playing days are done and you're old and gray, when you look back on this moment right here, right now, what are you going to remember most?
I don't know. That's a great question. I guess I'll find out.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Gary Barbera on the Boulevard has 300 Jeeps cheap. New Jeeps, your choice. 102 down or 102 a month. 300 Jeeps cheap. Hello. Barbera the best. 300 Jeeps cheap. Boy, I guess.
Phillies fans, before the first pitch, get player updates and break down the keys to victory. From the field to the locker room, our insiders have your bases covered. Watch Phillies pregame live, presented by Chapman Auto Stores.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework. I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try
hard
a little
as
harder.
I can.
1 in 5 children struggle with learning and attention issues. Go from misunderstanding to understood.org. What a night.
Parks Casino, it's time to win. Play our $1 million Parkstown board game September 3rd through the 21st. One guaranteed winner takes home $50,000 cash. Earn entries daily to collect Parkstown game cards. Collect the full set to win huge free slot play prizes up to $1,000. Be the first to complete the board for the grand prize, $50,000 cash. Win big playing the $1 million Parkstown board game September 3rd through the 21st only at Parks Casino. Visit parkscasino.com.
The Flyers schedule for next season is now available, and so are Flyers partial season ticket options. Choose from 4 available plans, each including their own specific lineup of big games. All 4 options include the opportunity to gain access to the 2019 Coors Light NHL Stadium Series game at Lincoln Financial Field in February. Make the Flyers schedule fit your own. Secure your plan now at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
Gary Barbera
On the Boulevard.
has 300 Jeeps cheap. New Jeeps, your choice. 102 down or 102 a month. 300 Jeeps cheap. Hello.
Barbera the best.
300 Jeeps cheap.
Boy, I guess.
And we are back at the Art Museum celebrating the Eagles' first ever Super Bowl championship. The fans are starting to disperse. And I gotta say,
it's sinking in now for me.
What's sinking in?
The fact that they've won a Super Bowl. It's sinking in now.
What's sinking in for me is the fact that this part of it is over, and I know we go on in life, but I'm kind of down about it. I thought every day was going to be a parade. Ray, Barrett and I. We love life like that. You're very more middle of the road.
Yeah, that's probably fair to say.
Tell us your feelings at this moment.
Well, I thought it was interesting that a number of the speakers up there made the point that, oh, by the way, this isn't over yet, that there's more to come. And I think there is. Yes. I think of all the fans here, that's one of the things they feel great about, is that we won it, but yet this is a team that's positioned to do it again. No guarantees come with that, obviously. But the feeling is, yes, this is a team that's really good. This was no fluke. This was not lightning in a bottle. This was a good team that people underrated all year until it was too late. Then they found out, what, these guys are really good. Yeah. And now everybody knows it. And then now the challenge is you got to come back and do it again. But they're capable of it, Mike. But for me personally, and that's what you're asking, look, as I said, I've covered this team for almost 50 years now. And I've seen a number of really good teams wear the Eagles uniform. Seen some bad ones, but I've also seen some good ones that I thought had a chance. The Vermeil team, I really thought in '80 they had a real good chance. And they got to the big game, but they didn't win it. The Buddy Ryan teams were really good teams. I mean, dominant defensive teams, scary good defensive teams, but they couldn't win it. And we all know how close the Andy teams came. I mean, 4 conference championship games, they got to the Super Bowl, they couldn't win it. And I, like the fans, would finish those years with the thought that, okay, maybe next year, maybe next year, maybe next year. And this is a city that's been living on next year's for half a century. How great was it that next year became this year? And we all, and not only that it happened, but it happened in the manner in which it happened, and best of all, that we got to share in it.
Yeah.
I just think that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I have so enjoyed this season, and I've enjoyed sharing it with you guys. I've enjoyed sharing it with my family in a very public way.
Yes, you have.
And I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it tremendously for this team, which is to me the most likable team I've ever covered.
There's no question.
In terms of a bunch of guys that are just really good guys that you like being around, good guys it's easy to root for. To see them enjoy this the way they enjoyed it was a great finish to this season. But it's been a wonderful thing. And this is the bouquet that Philadelphia has been waiting to fall out of the sky. And it did today, and believe me, they enjoyed every minute of it.
I'm with you on that, Ray. And as we go to Derek Gunner, I consider today to be the last day of the 2017 season. This is it, as far as you can go. It ends with a parade on Thursday, February 8th. And tomorrow, I guess, while we'll look at all of that has transpired, we'll still look ahead to what's coming up in the off season and then for the 2018 season.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts at this moment, my friend?
Well, as soon as they leave here for Howie Roseman, Joe Douglas, and the front office, the retooling process starts to begin. You're going to lose some players. That's just the natural process. You can't keep everybody. Right now, this team is cash-strapped in terms of being under the cap. They have to get more draft picks. They don't have as many draft picks as Howie Roseman would like. So somebody may have to go. They may have to get younger at some positions and a little bit cheaper at some positions. But that's just the nature of the beast, Michael. And I just want to touch on something Ray said is about this being a really good group of guys. And I've covered this game for almost 4 decades, Michael, and I can't think of a better group of guys. I can't think of one bad seed in that entire locker room. And I'm so happy for these guys because, Michael, as much time as I spend with these guys, I get to hear a lot of stories individually from these guys that nobody else gets to hear, stories that I cannot share. I hear their frustrations. I hear their wants, their desires. I mean, some of these guys have been chastised. Some of them have been cast off from other teams. Some of them, fans have wanted to run out of town. And somehow they came together. They put it together. Key players fall by the wayside. And nothing could stop this team like I've never seen before in all the years I've been covering pro football. So that's why I'm so happy, so elated for this particular group of guys, Michael, because they are such good guys. They were focused guys. You didn't have any problems with these guys off the field. These guys played for their coach. Their coach listened to them and respected them as men. For Howie Roseman, it's redemption. In some ways, for Jeffrey Lurie, this is a redemption. Doug Peterson, redemption, so on and so forth. And it all came together for them, Michael, in 2017. Now, as we all know in the history of pro football, trying to repeat this thing is difficult to do. It hasn't been done in quite some time. But when you look at the nucleus of this team, Carson Wentz coming back. Jason Peters says he wants to play another year. This is a very solid nucleus. Darren Sproles says he wants to play another year. Very solid nucleus in terms of trying to repeat and defend their championship. Now, the road gets a lot tougher. They have to play their first play schedule in 2018. But they have the team to do it. They are on solid foundation. I can remember when Jeffrey Lurie said we want to be the standard of the National Football League. Well, he might have said it 10 years too soon. But right now, when you look at this team winning a championship, when you look at this team, how it's built for the immediate future, they have to be considered one of the standards in the National Football League right now, Michael.
I agree with you, Gunner, and we can only look toward the future with, again, hope and expectation.
Yep.
And it's been a pleasure being with you for 20-plus seasons.
Likewise,
now,
my
covering
friend.
Eagles football. It's just been a joy being able to laugh with you, get knowledge from you, and I'm looking forward to the future as we go into this off season and then beyond. And we'll see you real soon. Thank
Absolutely.
you. Derek Gunn, the great, and I mean the great. What a job he does. Barrett Brooks, final thoughts as we have enjoyed our 3rd season together, the 3 of us with Seth and the Gov and Derek and Ruben Frank and John Clark covering the games each and every week. And this is it.
You know, I'm still in wild mode right now. You know, I kind of saw this happening the way it unfolded, you know, just from being a part of it, a Super Bowl team and understanding what it takes to be a Super Bowl team. I was trying to talk Ray into it, and that's when he would say, well, Barrett, and that's what he would say, oh, you know, temper your expectations. But I kind of believed it just because everything would fall apart and they would find a way to build it back up. So, to me, I'm still in awe that I was able to go out here and be an analyst for this Eagles team and work with you guys. And I really appreciate, you know, everything that's happened for this past season. You know, I got this on my belt now, a notch. I have covered a championship team.
Yeah.
I've won a championship and I've covered a championship team.
Yep, very special. Ray, you grew up a Philadelphia kid. You're still a Philadelphia kid at heart. You watched your Eagles win the Super Bowl, got to hug your son in front of all of us.
Yeah.
Very emotionally, it was a beautiful thing. And now you're going to write 40,000 words. He's going to come out with the latest edition of the Philadelphia Eagles Encyclopedia, ready for opening night, September 6th.
Coming soon to a bookstore near you.
Then we're going to all party at his villa because it's going to be a bestseller. Go ahead.
You know, Mike, I actually dreamt of this night. I actually dreamt of this day. There were times that I actually had dreams about this team winning a Super Bowl and what it would be like. And there were long stretches of time when I thought it was just going to remain a dream. But, you know, as good as those dreams were, they weren't half as good as what we saw today. This was a great day for the team. It was a great day for us. was a great day for the city, and I'm just happy I got to be here.
Yeah, same here. I would echo that, my friends. It's been great covering Eagles football with all of you. I think the one thing I get from all of this is the pride that comes from being in this city. The fact that it is an underdog city, but in no way should we ever be counted out. And I think this postseason proves that. And looking at what they did January 14th against the Atlanta Falcons, and Nick Foles staying within himself, doing just enough to win January 24th or so for the NFC Championship game against the Minnesota Vikings, and absolutely pounding them. They were the absolute favorites. They were going to host the first Super Bowl in their own home stadium. That did not happen because of the Philadelphia Eagles. And then the Super Bowl, a great game. It's been a blessing. So happy for the fans of Philadelphia, for the Philadelphia Eagles.
You deserve it.
And that we get to do it again in September. Thanks for watching, everybody, our coverage. Special thanks to Senior Vice President, Executive Producer of Live Events, Sean Oleksiak. A special thanks to J.R. Aquila, our producer, Nick Marquetta, our director, stage managers, Keita Carey, Christine Connors, everybody here at NBC Sports Philadelphia, Michelle Murray, Brian Monahan. We saw his name go by. It has been a group effort. Mike Giacalone, who does a great job with audio, and all the names that you see here, they're all so important in providing the product that we put on the air for you. Kenny Adelberg, I've been working with him for 30 years.
Bills Flatley.
There's Keita again. Yeah. And to see this all come to fruition for all of us, to be able to cover the championship parade as well as the Super Bowl, has been the opportunity of a career. It really has. That'll do it from the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Coming up, a special live post-parade edition of Philly Sports Talk. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Your time to save is running out. These are the final days of the